Yeah! What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the Nick and Tina Show Watch Party. I'm joined by Sean, also known as Nerd Costa Nostra, and we're getting ready to watch The Boys season finale of season 4, and I'm really excited about this because so far this show has been phenomenal. I mean, in comparison to some other shows that are out at the same time, the writing in the show has been on par. The storytelling, the acting, I think the cast has done an amazing job. So I think this season, for me, has been one of the better seasons of the show. I still think last season was probably the best season of the show. But this is a really close runner-up, and I think this one sets up next season to be just a huge season for the boys. And the last episode that we saw, that was a pretty fucking crazy episode, and not only that, but the fact that we saw more of Ryan this episode, and I feel like in the finale it's going to lean more heavily into Ryan because he's a very pivotal character within this whole the boys universe, and I think that he's really the only one that can challenge Homelander in terms of his abilities and his powers. So we'll see how that kind of plays out. But we've seen how Ryan is really starting to realize that the things that Vought is doing is completely and utterly just horrible.
Yep.
And even in the beginning of the episode when he's doing the basically like what do you call it, Sesame Street, where the characters are all puppets and they're talking about, too bad. It's because of Antifa, like they're spreading all this propaganda, and he's like, "What are we doing, you guys?"
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh, your father approved of all the dialogue, so we're just gonna go with it." Yeah.
Your dad's good to go, so no worries.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm not gonna die over this," so whatever he wants, right?
Milkshakes for everybody. Milkshakes
for everybody. Fuck! I'm at the food court. I gotta find a place to sit and watch. Yes. Sit and watch. What's up, Ruthie? How you doing? Let's see. And right now, we're not broadcasting on X because I guess you got to be a premium subscriber, which I hadn't. I won't have that set up until probably next week. So we're gonna be broadcasting on YouTube in the beginning, and then go over to Twitch for the actual stream, and then we'll do a post show over on YouTube. So look out for the post show stream if you're watching on YouTube. I wish we could just watch the whole thing on YouTube. I wish YouTube was friendly like that, but they're not.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah,
YouTube. They're absolutely not. So, guys, remember to go over to Twitch. In fact, let me go ahead and put the link for my my Twitch account on here as well, so that when the episode starts, you guys can follow along with us and watch the show with us over on Twitch. Let me find that first, though. But last episode was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. What did you think?
No, it was. I think the one couple things that came out from the episode 7, which I remember us talking a few episodes back that we were just waiting for it to happen, was A-Train getting exposed, and he rightfully so. He's been exposed because he came to save Starlight, right, and Butcher when they were getting attacked by the Deep and Noir. I will say, I mean, again, if you haven't seen the last episode, I mean, it's been a week, so spoilers. You should have probably already watched it if you're watching this. Yeah. So if you're watching us,
I hate to break it to you, but
I hate to break it to you, but a week and we're getting ready to watch the finale. You probably should have already seen the last week's episode. But there was that moment because I've been very anti Deep on the character. Like, man, how's this guy still around? And for a brief moment, when Starlight picks up that 45-pound plate and just drives it right into his face, and he wasn't moving, I thought, oh, finally, he got taken out. We don't have to see this character anymore. But then, like, literally 2 seconds there, he's just right back up, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, honestly, I think he's a character that is not going to go away, and I think he's going to survive the entire show. I think
probably
he's going to
will
make it. I really do. And I think that, like, at the end of the show, he's going to end up being, like, on his own in the ocean, just doing his own thing. Totally
with octopuses and dolphins.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I think the other I did. So we've talked about Ryan already for a little bit, but I want to kind of come back to that. So a few episodes back. I think it was it episode 5 at the end, where we thought Ryan was kind of where Homelander was like, I don't want to manipulate you, be your own person. And we knew then we start seeing Homelander start to manipulate Ryan, but in a completely different way. To almost seem like, hey, it's okay to tell this, this worker to slap the director around. And we remember so if you remember when that scene or that episode closed out, Ryan was sharing a milkshake with good old dad Homelander, and he was smiling, like he was enjoying the fact that he could make this person hurt this other person. So between that and we thought Ryan might be kind of going towards the dark side, so to speak.
Yeah.
But then obviously we saw that in episode 7, where you kind of touched on, where he was like, no, I don't want to do this, right? I'm not about this. So I'm wondering now if to the point you've all made earlier in this kind of series of watch parties is, will this season end with Ryan kind of being like, nope, I'm going to kind of take the good path regardless of what Homelander does? And then we kind of see almost like a little bit of a face off between these two in season 5, right?
Yeah.
Where Ryan might come out victorious and take over, the 7 and kind of take the 7 down a different path with, a different crew, right? So
yeah, I mean, I really think that that Ryan is definitely gonna be the one that turns the ship around. I think. I hope, at least. If he doesn't,
that's the hope. Yeah,
then everyone's screwed.
Yeah, if he doesn't, if he decides to, if something keeps him from making that turn, and he decides, no, I'm Team Homelander, then yeah, I think then season 5 just sets up for them to be almost like a tag team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know if you saw it. They did release this morning.
I didn't watch it. I did not watch the teaser.
I won't mention anything in the teaser.
I was afraid that they were going to give something away. So I was like, oh man, you know what? I'm not even going to watch it. And then it was funny because we did
give some things away. They did, unfortunately. But I won't mention.
Well, it's funny because we were doing the 4 Nerds and Phil said the same thing. He's like, there's a trailer. I was like, oh yeah. He's like, I haven't watched it yet. I was like, no, I haven't watched it either. I saw it on there and I was like, I don't want to watch it. I know they're going to show something because, I mean, fuck, why not?
Yep. And they did, because so the only thing I'll say is, I mean, obviously we start to see the state of some of the main characters, right? Like just like the toll that the season's taken on them.
Yeah.
So again, I won't mention any characters. I won't mention as far as what's going on with them, but we definitely will see that in this final episode. And I think it's just going to be a matter of who makes it out. And this isn't a spoiler. We've been saying for a while that if A-Train got outed and got noticed as the leak, could he even make it through the season? And now we know Homelander knows it's A-Train.
Yeah.
The 7 knows it's A-Train. So now it's just about, can A-Train make it through the last episode of this season?
Well, but at the same time, it's like A-Train has kind of had his come to Jesus moment when, he dropped off MM at the hospital and that boy saw him. He talked about how that felt so good because that was actually, it was a real thing that he did. And so the fact that he had that realization and he understands that how what Vought is doing is just totally fake and totally ridiculous.
Yeah.
That usually is a good indication that he's going to die soon.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see if he makes it. It wouldn't surprise me if A-Train makes it to next season. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, and I think one of the characters that we touched on early on in the season, we were wondering how it was going to play out for him, was Huey. Man, Huey can't catch a break. I mean, between his dad and then episode 6, Dirty Business, where he dressed up as one of the heroes, and man, he had a rough time in that episode.
He's like, I'm not okay at the end of it. I mean, how could he be with Tech Knight basically treating him like a sex slave? I mean, it was just horrible.
Yep. And then And then we obviously now we wondered when it was going to happen, and we saw it happen. The kind of the downfall of Sister Sage, as far as how Homelander sees her, because Homelander found out, wait a minute, if your brain gets screwed up, right? I mean, he saw when she got shot in the head by MM, and then she kind of just lost her abilities, which we knew would happen. And then Homelander saw it, demoted her. Starlight came in with the homemade milk. Now she's second in command, and so. I think the one thing that surprised me the most was in episode 7, where I was so close to just turning off the show, and it was like, I'm not even gonna watch the final episode. I don't even care anymore. So that moment for me was when Kimiko got jabbed.
Oh, I know. And then cut her leg off.
Oh man, I'm telling you, man, when that happened, and Frenchie had to hurry up and saw her leg off to keep it from fully spreading into her.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like, homie, you better saw faster, because if she died,
if she would have died, oh yeah, that would have sucked ass. I would have been like, dude, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
But he was able to cut her leg off in time, and then they're like, yeah, you know, Frenchie, you're gonna have to pull a sample from the leg, to make more of that virus. I don't know what it is about that virus. Like, I feel like it's not going to work. I feel like that's just bad news that they're even like fucking with that, and I just don't see anything good coming of that. So I don't know.
Well, especially I kind of look at them, and I don't think this has ever been discussed in the show, and I could be wrong. I don't know if I don't recall it's ever been mentioned in this show or Gen V, where there might be different levels of these superheroes or these, heroes, so to speak, right? Like Homelander could be like a level 1, right? So he really can't be touched or killed by anything. And then as you go further down, like the levels, let's just say like Kimiko, where it could kill her, right? I don't know, but yeah, when I saw that, I was literally like, I had my finger getting ready to hit my iPad. I'm like, I am done with this season. I'm not gonna finish this if you guys end up killing her off right now. So,
well, and the thing too is that, like, when you look at the fact that the doctor even told him like it's impossible. Like, you have to create an airborne version of this in order for Homelander to even get infected, because you can't pierce his skin. You can't just like jab him, with a syringe. Like, he literally has to inhale it, and then if you make it airborne, then it becomes like an epidemic where all these soups are going to be becoming sick and they're all going to die. So it's kind of like, how far do you want to push this?
Yeah, exactly. So just so you know, the episode is up. It just dropped.
Okay,
it is 1 hour and 5 minutes. So just let me know whenever you are ready to go.
Let's go right now. Okay, so here we go, guys. We're going to watch the finale of The Boys, and then we'll come back on YouTube to wrap things up for a little post show. But guys, make sure you follow us on Twitch on the link that I posted in the chat, and then you can watch the episode. You can watch it along with us at the same time. So that's going to end it for the YouTube version, and we're going to move over to Twitch, and we'll see